be honest, I always ask myself, how many handbags is too many handbags? Hi everyone, and welcome back, or welcome if you are new around here. My name is May, also known as Mrs. Leva, and today I will be sharing my designer handbag collection, which consists of 12 handbags. Now, I have prided myself in building a very curated and classic handbag collection, especially for my designer pieces. I want to make sure that when I invest in these pieces, they are going to be handbags that I can use today and also be able to incorporate into my style 10 years from now. Now, as I share each handbag in my collection, I did want to share sort of like a pro and a con that I have noticed in regards to this bag. And I also wanted to share with you guys in which occasion I would particularly choose a specific handbag. Now that we've gotten all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and get started with my holy grail handbag, which I was able to add into my collection. And that is my Celine luggage in the size micro. This one is also in the color Dune. She is in this beautiful pebbled leather. And to be honest, the main thing that I love about this handbag is how timeless this silhouette is. I feel like it is a very elegant classic style that I can wear as a 21-year-old and I can wear as a 65-year-old, and the handbag would still look just as chic. Now, one negative that I do have about this handbag is that she definitely can get a little bit heavy, especially if you carry a lot of things inside of her. The fact that she doesn't offer any sort of strap, you just could carry her handheld or on the crook of your arm if you choose to take her into an office, or if you're just going to use her for a day of running errands and you plan on packing a lot of things inside. Just keep in mind that she definitely gets a little heavy. With all that being said, I personally feel like this style of handbag, and this one in particular, is a perfect work bag. I love taking this bag into work when I did used to work at the bank a couple of years back. I really loved pairing it with a nice suit or even just a nice pair of slacks and a blouse. Now for handbag number 2, I don't know if you guys ever heard that sound on Instagram that said, if I like something, I'll just grab it in another color. Well, we sure did. Here we have my Celine luggage in the nano size, and this is in the black pebbled leather. I loved my Celine micro for so many years. However, as I transitioned into working from home, I definitely downsized on the bags that I was using. I was carrying a lot less things even when I would go out. But due to the fact that I love the Celine silhouette so much, I knew that I wanted to add the nano into my collection. I honestly could have probably gone for the exact same color, but I wanted to be a little different and just add something else. I am not a huge lover of black handbags. You'll see that as I continue sharing with you guys the rest of my handbags in this collection. So for that reason, I actually opted to go for the black color because I just had one other black handbag in my collection at the moment. And I have no regrets, to be honest. I feel like this is a very fun casual bag. So I'm glad that I went with a darker color. She does come with a crossbody strap, so I'm able to wear her crossbody, and I didn't want to have to worry about any color transfer. And with all that being said, the pro for this handbag is that even though she is a small little piece, she definitely packs a good amount. I actually took her to New York when we traveled earlier this year, and she was able to hold all of the things that I needed. And then getting to the cons of this little cutie, one is the top handle length. I do wish that they had a little bit more space in the drop of the top handle, just because even though you could carry her in the crook of your arm, you definitely have to wiggle your hand in there. Another thing that I have noticed specifically when I wear her crossbody is that the crossbody strap will pull on these tabs and actually bring these little flaps inward. So I feel like long term, if you do use the bag regularly and you do wear her crossbody, that will most likely have the bag lose its shape, since it is also a very soft leather. Now, when is it that I gravitate towards this little cutie? That is primarily either when I'm running errands, just because she does have that crossbody strap, which is very easy to throw over my shoulder if I need to be hands-free. However, as I mentioned, I did use her as my travel handbag this year when we visited New York, and she was a super comfortable bag to carry. Now let's move on to my second and last black bag in this designer handbag collection, and that is my Affendi Canai. I have a love-hate relationship with this handbag, and if you have been watching my channel for a little bit, I'm not going to talk your ears off about it, so I'll make sure to link any review video that I have for this bag or any of these bags that I mentioned today down below. One thing that I definitely love about this bag is just the style of her. I love the scallop detail that she has all around the handbag, and I feel that that with these little pyramid studs, it just gives it sort of like an edgy chic vibe. So I really enjoy pairing this handbag whenever I'm going out with an all black look. I just feel like it adds sort of like a little feminine touch to a very simple outfit. However, to point out two cons of this particular piece, one is going to be the smooth leather. I'm always terrified to grab her, and I really have to think through where it is that I'm going before I gravitate towards this piece. The second one is going to be that in order to remove this chain, which is removable, it is extremely difficult to do so. It is hooked in these little knobs right here. However, this small little leather piece that it has here for you to pull to be able to remove this piece altogether is extremely small. So it makes it very difficult when you're pulling. It almost gives you the sensation that you're really gonna break the leather. I have removed it, I think, a total of 2 times, and every single time that I'm going to do so, I say a little prayer and hope that my leather stays intact. So far so good, and even when I have removed it, I don't see any tear on the leather, but just wanted to point it out. So as I said, I really like pulling out this bag whenever I'm going with a very chic black look. So for that reason, I think she is a great option for a date night. Now, I am sharing these handbags in no particular order, but every time that I grab one in order to talk about it, my heart really smiles, and I'm very excited about the current designer handbag collection that I have put together. So if you are new around here and you love talking about handbags, if you love watching handbag reviews just for a future purchase or maybe for a piece that you currently have in your collection, then please consider subscribing down below and joining this little growing community. I love chatting with you guys in the comment section, and when you guys follow me on Instagram and send me DMs about a new purchase or ask me my opinion in regards to a bag that you are eyeing in order to add to your collection. Moving on to another great date night option in my opinion, and that is my YSL Uptown pouch. Not only is this piece super comfortable to use, but it does hold a good amount of things. I have done videos sharing what fits inside, and you can even fit a pair of sunglasses in case that you want to use this for maybe like a day date. That is the pro for this little cutie. Now going into the con, and that is that I wish it did come with a chain for you to have another option in which to carry this bag. I do know that there are inserts which you can add in it and then attach your own chain. I might consider doing that in the future just because I really enjoyed using this piece. However, sometimes I just want the option to be able to throw it over the shoulder and stay hands-free. Moving on to another YSL family member. She is the YSL Manhattan in the nano size. I actually got this piece this year in the YSL outlet here in South Florida, and I particularly wanted to add a spring and summer handbag, and she has been the perfect little piece for those 2 seasons. The pro of this handbag is definitely that she comes with a removable adjustable strap, which I feel is fantastic. One con that I do have to point out is unfortunately this raffia material. I honestly do feel that the wear and tear on these particular pieces of raffia that the handbag does have will show over time, but as of now, I'm just gonna enjoy her and make the most out of it. So for this particular handbag, I definitely grab towards her whenever I'm going maybe to a lunch date with my husband, or we're doing like a double date with some friends. Definitely more of a date bag than a night bag, even during the spring and summer season. I love pairing it with a cute little linen set or a really flowy dress for that matter. Now moving on to handbag number 6 in my designer handbag collection, and that is my Louis Vuitton Speedy B in the size 25 in the Damier Ebene print. She is currently empty, hence why she slouches like this. I have so many amazing things to say about this handbag that I can go on and on. I will link my latest review video on her down below in order for you to check out if you are interested in this piece. The one negative thing that I do have to point out in regards to this handbag is the hardware. We all know that for some reason or another, the Speedy B hardware just tarnishes so quickly. So that is the only negative point that I have in regards to this bag. You guys know this is my one bag tag. This is the bag that I will always recommend for any luxury handbag lover to add as their first piece into a starting collection. I really love the versatility of this bag, leading to the main pro of this handbag in particular. I just think that she can be styled so many different ways, therefore taking me to share with you guys on which occasions I would actually pick this bag. And I have to say, for any, I honestly feel like any type of occasion that you have, this bag can definitely incorporate itself very seamlessly. So moving into the mama of that little one, and this is my classic Speedy Indie size 35. The pro of this bag is that I am so glad that I went with this combination for it being my first ever designer handbag. This bag was gifted to me by my amazing husband for our 1-year anniversary, and he actually was the one that told me to pick this print over the LV monogram. He is not a fan of the loud LV monogram print. We'll get into a couple of those handbags in a minute. However, he really likes the damier Ben and the damier graphite print, and obviously the Speedy does not come in the graphite, so we opted for this one instead. And to him, I am forever grateful for making me choose this print, because I just feel like it has worn so well for the time that I've had this piece. Now, one con that I do have is that I regret actually not going with the bandolier option, just because I would have had so much more ways in order to incorporate this handbag into my lifestyle. Specifically now that I don't gravitate to her as much as I used to, because once again, I don't tend to use larger bags for my everyday. So that leads me into what categories would I opt to use this bag for, and that would be specifically for travel, or maybe if I was going into an office setting. Now, the office setting, I would say if you don't need to carry a laptop, because since she is the classic Speedy, you could just hold her handheld or in the crook of your arm. And if you do carry a laptop inside, she can definitely get a little heavy. All right, let's take a quick break from Louis and get into a handbag that I had no idea I would love as much as I currently do. And that is my Burberry Derby tote. This one in particular is in the small size, I want to say. I know that there is a smaller one and then there's a larger one. So this is right in the middle. It is in the beautiful navy color, which I feel is a colorful pick for my collection. And she also has this really nice Burberry detail, which leads me into the con of this handbag, and that is specifically this piece right here. It's a love-hate relationship, to be honest, because I love that Burberry print that it does have. However, it limits the amount of ways that I can incorporate this bag whenever I'm choosing to put an outfit together. Just because obviously I don't want to wear something with a print and then carry a bag that has an additional print on it. For me personally, that's just too bold and too out of my comfort zone. However, putting that little tiny con aside, she definitely makes up with all the pros that she offers. I love this open layout that she has. I personally hate closing my handbags. I know that some people love having a zipper or some sort of closure in their handbags. Me in particular, this is my perfect style of handbag, a big open space that I can just get my things in and out of very easily. And then another great thing that she does offer is a removable adjustable strap as well. So since she does have really so many great ways in which you can carry her, and she really just packs a good amount, I think that this is a great errand running day. It gives you the possibility of throwing it over the shoulder or crossbody to be hands-free. But then if you want to transition it into maybe a cute little look because you're grabbing lunch or you're going on a date with some girlfriends or your partner, then you can just easily hide away that strap and then carry her top handle or in the crook of your arm. Now let's move on to one that came to me sort of as a surprise. I did own the Prada Matisse in the regular monogram, and then I started loving the reverse monogram print, so I wanted to sort of sell that one in order to obtain this one. However, my regular monogram one started having some glazing issues. I did a whole video in regards to that, so that'll be linked down below. But I took it in store to see what they would say, and to my surprise, I was able to pick a brand new Prada Matisse right then and there. And I asked the lady that was helping me if I can go for the reverse monogram, and she said, yeah, sure, why not? So here she is. I love the reverse monogram print, so that is the primary pro for this bag. I also really like the layout and the compartments that it does have because it allows me to keep my things inside very organized. A con that a lot of people point out that honestly doesn't bother me whatsoever, and that is the S-lock closure that it does have here. Since it does have a pretty big plaque right here in the center, as you open and close, whenever you're gonna go close, I really just move it around until it finds the slot and then it closes itself. So for that reason, it definitely has a lot of scratches and wear there, but as I said, that does not bother me whatsoever. So the con for this handbag in particular is just that I do wish the top handle had a little bit more give. Can we picture how cute this bag would actually look if it did have a little bit more give up here and we could actually wear her on the crook of our arm? I think that it would be a very close competitor to my Speedy 25 in the sense of it being a bag that you can really incorporate so many different ways. Also, almost forgot to share how I would choose to incorporate this one, and that is when I'm running errands for that specific reason that she definitely allows me to be hands-free and she lays on your body so comfortably. Another option that I have opted in which to wear the Prada Matisse is for a travel handbag. As I said, the compartments inside are actually really nicely laid out and they are pretty spacious, that they allow you to carry the things that I normally would need whenever I am traveling. Now moving on to another large piece that I rarely gravitate to, and that is my Louis Vuitton Neverfull in the size MM. As you can tell, there's a lot of Louis Vuitton in my collection, and I previously mentioned that in a recent video I filmed. I forget which one it was, but I talked about the fact that when I started building my luxury or designer handbag collection, I honestly thought that Louis Vuitton was the end all be all, like all of my handbags were gonna be from this particular brand. As you have seen, I've definitely ventured out into so many other different fashion houses, and I'm very glad that I have done so, because one thing that I think we all thought when we started collecting designer handbags is that canvas is not leather. So you are paying thousands of dollars for a canvas piece, and you can also put that money towards really beautiful and really well-made leather pieces. So now that we got all that out of the way, this is actually the second oldest luxury handbag in my collection, and the pro that I have for this piece is just how carefree it currently is in my collection. The fact that she already has grown to have that beautiful honey patina to her, and that it is a canvas handbag, I feel like whenever I want to carry something and I don't really need to think about babying a bag, this is the bag that I gravitate to within my designer handbags. One of the things that people hate about it is the fact that it doesn't have a zipper closure. But to be honest with you, that is not a con in my opinion. As I previously said, I love having an open handbag in which I could just throw my things in and be able to grab my things at a glance, be able to just open it, know what I need and pick it out without having to go through the mission of opening a zipper compartment. But that is just my personal preference. So for the fact that she is such a carefree handbag right now, I think that she's a great work bag, a great baby bag, and a great travel bag for that matter. Now let's move on to a larger size handbag in my collection that is not as carefree as my Louis Vuitton Neverfull, and that is the YSL Lulu in the size medium. I honestly feel like this is a great work bag as well. However, you do need to be a little bit more careful with this piece than you would with a Neverfull. This is a lambskin leather, so it's definitely prone to getting scuffs and scratches a lot quicker. I do have to say that for the amount of time that I've had her, she has actually worn super well. I did use her a ton more when I initially added her into my collection. Now I pick and choose when it is that I incorporate her because she is a larger bag. So I just grab her whenever I'm carrying a little bit more things than the norm. However, putting all that aside, just like my Celine Micro, I also feel like this is a very timeless and classic style of handbag to have in your collection. I went with the color dark beige, which I feel pairs perfectly with my wardrobe, but this style in particular just comes in so many stunning colors, and they keep releasing new ones every season that goes by, which leads me to the pro of this particular handbag, and that is the color. As I said, I feel like this specific nude just pairs so well with my particular wardrobe. I do tend to wear a lot of black, but I also gravitate to a lot of jeans and lighter color shades from time to time. And I just feel like this is a very easy shade to incorporate with any of those looks. Heading over to the con of this handbag, and that is the layout inside. I do wish that it didn't have that center compartment that the Lulus offer. It is nice because it does have a zipper, so it's sort of like a little security compartment that you have there, but I do feel like it takes away from the space of the handbag. Now, in which occasions do I feel this handbag is suitable for? And that is in particular for more of like day activities. So if you're going out shopping with the girls, or maybe you're grabbing lunch with the family, or even if you're running a few errands and you just want to spice up your outfit with a cute little bag, I think that this one here is just perfect because you can throw her over the shoulder and be hands-free. And you can also wear her crossbody. I personally choose not to because I do feel like this size is a little bit too cumbersome for my particular body shape. But it's nice to know that you do have the option. And then to finish off my 12 designer handbag collection video, we have none other than my latest little cutie edition, and that is my Alma Bibi in the damier band print. I was driving you guys crazy this year in regards to this piece. I posted a ton of questions all the time on my Instagram asking you guys for feedback. And you would all tell me, you need that bag, you need that bag. But somehow I just kept telling myself, maybe I don't need it. Until I saw it in the boutique this year when we visited Copenhagen for our wedding anniversary and asked if they had it. They did. And you know what? I said, this is the time. So this is actually the latest addition into my designer handbag collection. And you guys, I'm obsessed. I do have to say that I do feel like the damier band print leans more towards fall and winter. However, since I wear black so much, I feel like I can incorporate her no matter what the season is. I really do like the size, and I feel like she is so easy to incorporate both during the daytime and at nighttime as well. Now, heading into the con, and I have already done a first impressions video in regards to this one, so I'll make sure to leave that link down below. But it is the way, specifically how she lays crossbody. I definitely don't like the fact that she doesn't come with an adjustable strap. But even if she did, because I have used my Speedy B strap with her, the way that she lays crossbody is just very uncomfortable. I go very, very in depth in that first impressions video. So if you want to take a look at that, make sure to check out that video. And then I ultimately think that I will be gravitating to this bag more for like date night options or even day dates. Just simply because I do opt to carry her either on the crook of my arm or handheld. As I said, I don't like how she lays crossbody, so that's not really an option that I gravitate to. Alright guys, so that does it for this video. If you stuck around, go ahead and leave me a little bag emoji in the comment section down below. I hope you enjoy watching these handbag collection videos as much as I do and as much as I love making them for you. I didn't want it to be too long, that's why I try to narrow myself and just giving you a pro and a con. But if you are not new around here and you've been watching my videos for a little bit, you know that I can talk about handbags for way too long. So I appreciate you sticking around and watching until the end. If you are new, please consider subscribing down below. And for all of you, if you did enjoy the video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, as it really does help my video in getting out there to other people and being more exposed. Now, I will leave 2 other videos in regards to the handbags that I mentioned today for you guys to check out next right here. But as always, thank you so much for taking the time to watch today, and I hope to catch you in my next one. Bye everyone.